There were days when Denver was overwhelmed with the number of migrants flooding into this city. And then there is today, the day that the city announced its few remaining short-term shelters for migrants will be converted into cold weather shelter. And migration from the southern border to Denver has slowed to a trickle. Our Evan Krugel starts us off with that.
As the flow of migrants from the southern border slows to a trickle, Denver's once packed newcomer shelters now sit nearly empty.
Right now, there's often days where you're not seeing anyone at all.
So John Ewing and the Denver mayor's office are turning their attention to the winter, announcing plans to turn 2 newcomer shelters into cold weather shelters.
People can lose fingers, toes. We're talking life-threatening cold at times. Anything you could do to convince someone to come inside, you got to do it.
Previously, Denver opened cold weather shelters only overnight and only when temperatures dropped below 20 degrees. Under the new plan, shelters will be open 24 hours a day anytime it drops below 25 degrees.
Anytime we can raise that threshold, we are protecting people from the cold.
Dr. Joshua Barocas says the move could save lives by keeping people indoors during cold days and allowing them to ride out cold stretches that last for days on end.
We're protecting people for 24 hours as opposed to just a 12-hour period where they might also be wet, where there might also be wind. We are definitely doing a better job at protecting them from those preventable hospitalizations and injuries.
Ewing says the new plan will essentially double the amount of time the city's cold weather shelters will be open, using resources no longer needed for one crisis to try and address another.
We wouldn't say that this response or crisis is over by any means. Even now we're having emergency planning, right, just in case. But it certainly feels like we're in a much better place now than we were a few months ago.
For Next, I'm Evan Krugel.
City says they'll start converting those 2 sites into cold weather shelters over the next few weeks. And the city says along that same timetable, they will stop paying for migrants' bus tickets to go on to other cities.